Bengaluru, the city that once led India's digital payment revolution, is now pushing back on it. On the 25th of July, small traders across Bengaluru are going on a partial bandh. That means bakeries, condiment stalls and petty shops. All of them will down their shutters, and all of this over the GST tax notices. So vendors who once embraced UPI, the digital payment interface, are now pulling down QR codes and putting up signs that read "No UPI, only cash." And what sparked the anger is the Karnataka Commercial Taxes Department that has reportedly issued GST notices to over 14,000 unregistered traders because their UPI payments from 2021 to 2022 exceeded rupees 20 to 40 lakh, which is the GST threshold. Now, traders say they're being penalized for going digital, and many claim they didn't even know UPI collections would be treated as formal turnover, especially for payments made way back in the past. Vendors are now switching back to cash. Many are scared of tax raids and penalties, even eviction from civic authorities. The partial Karnataka bandh on the 25th of this month seems to be a warning shot as of now. Small businesses say they're being punished for something the government once encouraged itself. And we also spoke to Ravi Shetty, President of Karnataka State Labour Council. Take a look at what they had to say. Well, we're going to play out that conversation for you real quick. The Karnataka Traders' Association and the local traders' body in the city of Bengaluru calling for a small and partial bandh on the 25th of July, a pushback on UPI payments. This after 14,000 local traders received GST tax collection notices. No prior information from the tax officers, says the president of the Karnataka State Labour Council. Says this is complete injustice. The shop owners have begun going to the Karnataka State Council with their grievances, and there is simmering tension, needless to say, around this entire issue, as all these local vendors across Bengaluru have thrown away the QR codes. No more UPI payments, they say. Only cash is going to be accepted here. They worry for tax raids next, even eviction from the local authorities. Moving on, a tragic incident coming to light from Kerala that we've been constantly reporting. A 13-year-old boy, Midhun, a class 8 student at Thevalakara Boys High School in Kollam, was electrocuted on Thursday morning. He was trying to retrieve his slipper from the roof of a bicycle shed, which is when he came into contact with a low-hanging live electric wire. Now, although he was rushed to the hospital, he could not be saved. And the school has reportedly requested the Kerala State Electricity Board, the KSEB, to shift the power lines earlier, but no action was taken by the authorities there. The Kerala government has also ordered an inquiry into the matter, with both the education and the power ministers now seeking reports. Political protests erupted at the school, with BJP workers staging demonstrations outside the premises as well. And what's more is that the ABVP protested right outside the state secretariat, demanding the resignation of Education Minister V. Shivankutti. Water cannons were used and cops lathi charged the protesters as well. Opposition parties allege, including the BJP and the student wing, the ABVP now coming into force as well, that school authorities refused to move the electric lines even after requests from the Electricity Board and higher authorities. Meanwhile, Congress Member of Parliament K.C. Venugopal described the incident as a very unfortunate one, calling out the irresponsible attitude on part of the school authorities.
This type of a sad incident happening in a school, losing one of the best boys' life, is most unfortunate thing in this history. The government should take concrete action about this incident, and they have to show the people of the state that they are very much sensitive on these type of issues.
Meanwhile, political heat is rising in this case as well. CPI leader and minister J. Chinchurani, has drawn criticism after attending a party organized women's gathering and of course was seen participating in a Zumba dance session even after learning about the tragic electrocution death. The minister there on your screens taking part in that Zumba lesson even after learning about this tragic electrocution death. Moving on, a serious accident that occurred in Gandhinagar when a drunk BMW driver hit an elderly Activa scooty rider, causing the elderly person to be thrown 20 feet onto the road, resulting in his death. Locals later roughed up the driver before handing him over to the police. 70-year-old Mukul Raj Mohanbhai Mishra had left in the morning on his Activa. The speeding BMW hit the scooty as he was crossing an intersection and collided with a tree. The accident was so severe that all 4 airbags of the car got deployed. Mukul Raj, the 70-year-old elderly scooty rider, died on the spot due to the serious injuries. Locals reported that the driver was completely drunk in an inebriated state. Authorities are also checking CCTV footage from the area and speaking to eyewitnesses to get more clarity as to what happened. Moving on, the Supreme Court today asked a private organization which is making efforts for the safe release of Kerala nurse Nimisha Priya, who faces execution, is on death row for a murder in Yemen. Now, this special, of course, team is now going to ask and approach the central government to seek permission to travel to a Middle Eastern country for negotiations to stall her execution. The top court was informed that the execution of the Indian nurse has been stayed, and the organization approached the top court seeking permission to allow a few of its members and a representative of the Grand Mufti of India, Sheikh Abu Bakr Ahmad, whose interventions reportedly have played a key role so far in the postponement of the execution, to now travel to Yemen to meet the victims' family for further negotiations and reconciliation. Efforts are still underway from India's side to persuade the Yemeni man's family to pardon Nimisha Priya in exchange for blood money as per the Shariat law. The bench posted the matter for further hearing on the 14th of August, and the top court was hearing a plea that sought a direction to the centre to use diplomatic channels to save Nimisha Priya facing execution in Yemen. The execution was earlier scheduled for the 16th of July. It has been postponed as of now.
Attorney General mentioned the matter at 10:30 before the court number before Justice Vikram Nath, and he was making a request. He made a request that like the matter should be accommodated for a 3 weeks time, as there is already a stay in the execution of Ms. Nimisha Priya. So from the petitioner side, we have made a request to the Honorable Supreme Court that we are intent to send a delegation to Yemen for the further negotiations. We means the petitioner organization, the representatives of petitioner organization, as well as the representatives of this Kandapuram Abu Bakr Musliar, who is leading the blood money negotiations in Yemen. Two representatives from the petitioner organization and two representatives from the Marcus of Honorable Kandapuram Abu Bakr Musliar. And today, then the court agreed to that our submission, and court directed the Union government, the government of India, to consider our request. So the court directed us to make a representation before the Honorable before the Union of India, and when we are making a request, the government of India has to consider that positively.
Joins us on the broadcast here with more details on this particular front. Vivek, needless to say, hectic parleys and diplomatic channels that are now being opened in an effort to bring back Kerala nurse Nimisha Priya. What's really happening? Do we see the Grand Indian Mufti now himself making his way to Yemen?
Yes, as of now, it looks like the Grand Mufti is planning to go to Yemen for engaging in the talks with the family of the deceased. Now, also at one point, the Save Nimisha Priya, the Action Council, is also trying to pressurize the central government to send a diplomatic team. A diplomatic efforts has to be done at this point of time, and hence a team has to be sent to Yemen. And for that also there is discussions that's going on, because there are a lot of indifferences as far as who should initiate the talks is concerned as far as this matter, because it is indeed a very, very sensitive matter. And remember here, the deceased person's brother has also put out a Facebook post saying that, he is not looking anything less than execution. So at that point of time, consoling the family and trying to bring the family in the same book is the most important thing. So that is what, many are trying to make use of. And hence, the Grand Mufti, that is, AP Abu Bakr Musliar, has had talks with a few members of the family. And some of them are willing to pardon. But as you said, like as the court today said, that the blood money is the second part. First, trying to console the family and, allowing them to pardon is the most important thing. And hence, that has to happen at this point of time. It needs to be seen as, which way talks will go. At this point of time, one of the most, one thing which has given a huge relief at this point of time is that the execution has been stayed. And till what time it's been saved is still unknown. But as far as, the efforts are concerned, yes, there are talks going on. But the biggest challenge right now is that Talal's elder brother is still not willing to forgive. He says that, execution is the only thing that they're looking for. But the meantime, there are people, especially the community members over there, and also a few officials of the government and others, especially in the civic society, are saying that, they can pardon. But everyone has to be, everyone should be brought in on the same line as far as this matter is concerned. Now, that is the biggest challenge before the negotiators. Now, Save Nimisha Priya, the Action Council, wants a diplomatic channel to be opened, and a team from the central government to accompany the members from Kerala, that is the members from the Grand Mufti along with him. So that there should be a concerted joint effort in this matter, and they should try to pressurize and also to console, to make them understand, as to ensure that the pardoning of Nimisha Priya is happening. And for that, the center should be center should actually take the first step. And hence the Supreme Court has today said that the Action Council should approach the central government, and they should actually ensure that the diplomatic talks and the channels are opened, and a team will be sent to make sure that Nimisha Priya is pardoned. But at this point of time, it's still not very, very clear that everyone has been everyone is in the same book, because a section within the family of Talal is opposing
Absolutely.
This matter, opposing.
Right, Vivek. We understand that point. The biggest challenge is now going to be how all the stakeholders come back onto the table. But you're right, that Facebook post does tell a different story. Let's hope that good sense prevails on this particular front. Vivek bringing us the latest details. All right, shifting our focus here. The Prime Minister, who visited East Champaran in Bihar today and launched multiple developmental projects worth 7,200 crore rupees, whilst addressing the public rally at Gandhi Maidan in Motihari, the district headquarters, ahead of the assembly polls in the state of Bihar. Prime Minister Modi lauded the success of Operation Sindoor and also highlighted his government's welfare schemes and infrastructure push, and drew a contrast between the current NDA government and the previous RJD era, which he accused of neglecting the state of Bihar.
बिहार की इसी धरती से मैंने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर का संकल्प लिया था, और आज उसकी सफलता पूरी दुनिया देख रही है। 40,000 से ज्यादा गरीबों को अपना पक्का घर बनाने के लिए बैंक में उनके खाते में सीधे पैसे भेजे गए हैं। इसमें से ज्यादातर लोग मेरे दलित भाई बहन हैं, मेरे महादलित भाई बहन हैं, मेरे पिछड़े परिवारों के भाई बहन हैं। आप भी जानते हैं, आरजेडी और कांग्रेस के राज में गरीब को ऐसे पक्के घर मिलना असंभव था। जिन लोगों के राज में लोग अपने घरों में रंग रोगन तक नहीं करवाते थे, डरते थे कि अगर रंग रोगन हो गया तो पता नहीं कि मकान मालिक को ही उठवा लिया जाएगा। ऐसे आरजेडी वाले कभी आपको पक्का घर नहीं दे सकते।
And take a look at this. The picture on your screen is of criminals fleeing the crime scene after shooting that man who was already out on parole getting treatment at Patna's Paras Hospital, which happened on Thursday. Now, this picture that we're going to show you shows the criminals fleeing the crime scene after carrying out the murder at Paras Hospital. You can also see one criminal waving a pistol in his hand. They seem to have no fear of the law or being caught. Thus, none even bothered to cover their faces. The notorious criminal of Phulwari Sharif include Tausif Raza, Aqib Malik, Sonu Kalu and Balwant Singh. Clearly, the picture is a proof of the deteriorating law and order situation in the poll-bound state of Bihar, and the picture again reiterates the opposition's narrative of Jungle Raj in the state as well. The shocking incident of murder inside Patna's Paras Hospital was caught on CCTV, showing the same 5 armed men entering the hospital, then casually walking into a patient's room, pumping bullets into him and escaping yet again casually. This is clearly not a movie. This is Bihar's horrifying reality. The CCTV cameras at the hospital captured 5 shooters pulling out their guns, opening the ICU door, entering and shooting, and then fearlessly escaping the crime scene. The target, Chandan Mishra, died right there on the spot.
नीति आयोग है, उसका जो रिपोर्ट है उसके अनुसार इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन के मामले में बिहार 28 बड़े राज्यों में 28वें स्थान पर, स्वास्थ्य सेवा और एजुकेशन में 28 बड़े राज्यों में 28वें स्थान पर, और प्राय सभी सेक्टर में अंतिम पायदान पर बिहार खड़ा है। तो ऐसी बुरी स्थिति तो कभी हुई नहीं। अपराध का एकदम एपिक सेंटर पटना बन गया है, बिहार बन गया है। हर आए दिन हत्याएं हो रही है। एक साल में 122 से ज़्यादा हत्या हो चुकी। कल भी हॉस्पिटल के अंदर घुस के पारस हॉस्पिटल में अपराधियों ने हत्या की, और सब लोग कान में तेल डाल के सोए हुए हैं, रुई डाल के सोए हुए हैं। कोई सुधी लेने वाला नहीं है। बिहार की जनता भगवान भरोसे।
Moving on, the Enforcement Directorate on Friday arrested Chaitanya Baghel, son of Congress leader and former Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, in connection with a money laundering case related to an alleged liquor scam. According to the ED, the action was initiated following the receipt of fresh evidence in this case. However, the Enforcement Directorate had to face protest whilst arresting Chaitanya Baghel. Congress workers tried to stop the vehicles of the ED officials, and the ED took action against former Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel and his son Chaitanya Baghel in Raipur this very morning regarding the liquor scam. Raids were conducted at several locations, including Bhupesh Baghel's own residence, and during this, the Enforcement Directorate also seized important documents related to the Dharna scam and questioned Chaitanya Baghel. According to ED sources, due to not getting any clear answers, it was very important to interrogate Chaitanya in custody, after which he was arrested. In this case, ED has so far attached properties worth about 205 crore rupees. The investigation is still underway, and more big names are likely to be involved in it as per ED sources.
अडानी के जो पेड़ कटाई चल रहा है, इसके विरोध में पूरे कांग्रेस पार्टी लड़ाई लड़ रही है, और दबाव पूरे सरकार में है, प्रशासनिक तंत्र में है, और विपक्ष को दबाने के लिए ये रणनीति अपनाई गई है। भाई कवासी लखमा भी टारगेट किया, देवेंद्र यादव को टारगेट किया, अभी मेरे बेटे को टारगेट कर रहे हैं। इसका मतलब ये है दबाने की कोशिश कि कोई आवाज़ अडानी के खिलाफ ना बोल सके।
मुझे लगता है कि ईडी डिपार्टमेंट इंडिपेंडेंट है। वो कोई हम बघेल जी आगे एक सीएम रहे हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के, उनको तकलीफ देने का बिल्कुल हमारी सरकार का प्रयत्न बिल्कुल नहीं है। लेकिन ईडी के पास जब ऐसे एविडेंस आते हैं तो ईडी डायरेक्ट वहां इंक्वायरी ली जाती है। तो मुझे लगता है कि जो भी अभी ईडी वहां उनके घर पहुंची है, तो जो अगर उनका कोई गड़बड़ नहीं होगा तो ईडी कुछ नहीं करेगी, कुछ गड़बड़ होगा तो ईडी एक्शन ले सकती है।
I believe that the political vendetta and political witch hunt is of the worst kind. This is the worst thing that's happening in independent India. When you cannot catch leaders, you go after their kith and kin. ED has not arrested kith and kin for the first time. This has happened repeatedly. The law will take its course, but neither Bhupesh Baghel nor his family can be intimidated by these fabricated false charges.
Well, a massive political development that has, of course, come to light. Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh has said that the Aam Aadmi Party is no longer part of the opposition India bloc. He said the India bloc was limited to the Lok Sabha elections, after which we fought all elections by ourselves.
हमने कहा आधिकारिक रूप से इंडिया गठबंधन के साथ आम आदमी पार्टी आज की तारीख में नहीं है, तो हमारा जो गठबंधन था वो लोकसभा चुनाव के लिए था।
Meanwhile, ahead of the monsoon session of the Parliament, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and DMK Chief M.K. Stalin chaired a key strategy meeting with the party MPs in Chennai today, and in that meeting, the party discussed several resolutions that DMK MPs are expected to raise during the upcoming Parliament session. The resolution discussed at the meeting highlighted what the DMK calls 11 years of betrayal by the BJP-led centre, from denial of tax dues and education funds to cultural imposition and the continued neglect of Tamil Nadu's demands on river restoration and Kiladi exhibitions. MPs have been asked to raise issues like withholding the Manrega funds, blocking state projects, fishermen's arrests, and bias in electoral rolls. The party also demanded full statehood for Jammu and Kashmir and the return of Kachativu Island, warning that Tamil Nadu's voice will echo strongly in the parliament this session.